Welcome back to Anderson's Smoke Show. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite weekday barbecue recipes, and that is smoking some pork tenderloin. The reason why I like these is because I can have them done start to finish in about an hour. I know that sounds crazy for barbecue, but these are some pretty lean and some pretty thin pieces of meat. Very similar to like filet mignon with beef. So this is the filet of pork. Today with these pork tenderloins, we're going to do two different things, but very, very simple prep, and I'm going to show you how to do it. If you're new here, my name is Andrew, and I'm an engineer, so everything you see here at Anderson's Smoke Show is going to be technical and to the point, including everything we do today with these pork tenderloins. If this is something that you like, then stick around, because we're about to get started. Pork tenderloins are so simple. There's not a lot of prep, they cook quick, and that's one of the reasons why I like to cook them. It's been a long time since I did a video, and I figured today was the perfect opportunity because we've got some guests coming over in a short period of time for dinner. When you get pork tenderloin, they usually come in a vacuum sealed pack. A lot of times they come in a twin pack. All you have to do is trim some of the fat off, trim some of the silver skin off, and they're pretty much ready to go. And I've already done all of that, so you don't even have to worry about it. So I bought these packs of pork tenderloins from Costco. They come in 2 twin packs, and as you can see, 2 of them are a little bit bigger and 2 of them are a little bit smaller. With the smaller ones today, I'm gonna wrap them in bacon. I'm gonna help protect it and try and keep them from cooking a little bit faster than these. Also, it doesn't matter, I can rotate them on the grill. So I'm gonna wrap 2 in bacon, and I'm just going to season the other 2 and leave them as is. We've done all of the other prep already, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start with the bacon wrapped. What I wanna do is apply my seasoning underneath the bacon, or essentially on the pork tenderloin before I wrap it in bacon. So I've already pat dried these with paper towel to get rid of the excess purge. You know, that's all the juices and blood that's in the vacuum seal pack. A little windy today. Actually, it's really windy today. And I'm using my Meat Church Honey Hog Barbecue Rub. I like this with pork. It's got a nice, sweet flavor. It's great for what we're doing today. And I always like to take my glove and make sure that the seasonings stick, and I just give it a little press or pat down a little bit. Just like so. Now that we've got them seasoned up, I'm gonna take the 2 thinner ones and I'm gonna get my bacon wrapped around it. And I wanna overlap at least about half of the slice of bacon so that we know we're getting good coverage, we don't have any gaps there. Now I love bacon wrapped tenderloin. Tenderloin typically is a very lean meat. There's not a lot of marbling in it, and we've trimmed most of the fat off. So this bacon not only is gonna give it a nice little protective layer, especially on these thinner ones, it's also gonna add a little bit of flavor and a little bit of juice. Now the one thing that I will say about using bacon is it does absorb a lot more of the smoke, and it kind of prevents some of it from getting into the meat. You know, I found especially today, these pork tenderloins aren't gonna take that long. We're over here at the Char-Griller Grand Champ. I've already got this thing fired up. I used my Grill Blazers grill gun to get the charcoal started. Today it's a cold day, so the faster I can get out here and get things done and back in the house, the better for me. We're running this thing upwards of 250 degrees. For me, that's the sweet spot. It's gonna get done in about an hour or so, and it also is gonna give it some good smoke. I've got some apple and some cherry wood in the firebox. It's gonna go great with these pork tenderloins. So let's get these in. Now it is cold today, so I've found that the smoker itself is running with a little bit of a difference from left to right. I left enough room, just enough room, so that these tenderloins can lay in there, have about 1 inch of space in between them. And I've got the probes on my ThermoWorks signals in there pretty tight next to those tenderloins. I'm gonna throw this strip of bacon in there too. Why not? I only had a couple pieces left. Let's get this thing closed. We're gonna monitor the temperature about every 20 minutes. And at that time, we're going to rotate them a little bit so that we know they're cooking evenly. Like I said, we want the temperature at about 250 degrees. Use some sweet wood for some smoke. That's all it's gonna take. We'll see you in a bit. I've been using my ThermoWorks signals to monitor the chamber temperature. It's great because they have ambient air probes. I've got 2 of them hooked up left and right. We've been hovering around the 240, 250 degrees for the last close to an hour now. We're at 135 degrees internal to the pork tenderloins. So I've got some Sticky Fingers Carolina Sweet, very simple sauce. You can find it in about any grocery store. I personally love it. I'm gonna get it sauced up for the last 10 degrees. We do that so that the sauce can actually caramelize a little bit. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of sauce on each of these. They're looking great, great progress. The bacon's tightened up a bit on top of these. Running the offset today is a little more challenging than some of the other days that I've run it because it is cold. It's about upper 30s. And on top of that, it's extremely windy. So that wind is really changing the temperature a lot more drastically than you normally would have like on a summer day. We've got them painted up. They're about 135 degrees right now. Now with pork tenderloin, most people pull it at about 145 degrees. You can actually pull it a little bit sooner, as soon as 140. Probably gonna go about 141, 142 on these today. What I will do is I'll tent them up with some foil, let them rest for a few minutes, about 10 or so, and by then it should reach 145 internal, and that's when they are perfect. They're juicy, they are tender, and they are ready to eat. So we're gonna give this a little bit of time, let that sauce set up, let us get to about 141 degrees internal temperature. I'll see you then. All right, we've reached an internal temperature of about 141 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these, get them on the cutting board, get them tented up with foil, and we'll let them rest for about 10 minutes, then we're gonna cut into them. Let's get them out. And man, I can tell you what, they look great. Now, at the 250 degree set point, you know, they're gonna take a little bit longer than an hour, depending on what you got going on. Oh, look at that beautiful bacon wrapped one here. Another bacon wrapped. We've got a non-bacon wrapped and another non-bacon wrapped. They look good. Let's get them over and get them tented up. It is cold out here. We smoked these pork tenderloins at 250 degrees. We're a little bit over an hour. We've got 2 of them wrapped in bacon, 2 of them no bacon, and all 4 of them sauced and seasoned exactly the same way. We let them rest under some foil for about 10 minutes after we pulled them at about 140, 141 degrees. It's time to cut into them and take a look and see what we've done. So I'm gonna take one of these bacon wrapped and I'm gonna cut right into the center. And I wish you could see, I wish you could feel how tender that really is. I'm gonna cut these about 3/4 of an inch. Oh man, are they tender. Let's take a look and see what we've done. You can see we've got a beautiful smoke ring. We've got great smoke penetration. They are super juicy. I mean, I don't think you can even see that. But none of that matters until you try it. So this is the bacon wrapped and barbecued pork tenderloin. Holy smokes, that is so tender. Literally, so tender. It is so juicy. That bacon adds the right flavors. The rub and the sauces give that little sweet hint. It's perfect. If you like good recipes and you like good barbecue, then be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time at Anderson's Smoke Show.